Hello, how are we? Welcome to another edition of Up the Reds TV with me, and today is the Notts Forest preview one for the game against them at Anfield tomorrow. Okay, today's Friday the 13th, another useless American day where everything is horror related or bad luck or whatever. Anyway, I'm on the mad tree. It's Friday. If you've had a busy week like me, you'd like to get on the ale. But saying that, I had 2 or 3 of these last night. So cheers, everybody. I have to say, there are other Spanish beers available, or Italian, or German, or Belgium, or whatever. But it's just what I fancy at the moment. So let's get on with it then, shall we? Notts Forest, proper footy back on tomorrow after the international shite that we've had to endure, saying how great England players are, etc. Or boring, 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 boring. It really is. So we've only had, is it one injury? Could possibly have two. But young Harvey Elliott's going to be out with an ankle problem. It's a shame for him, really, because we've got 7 games, is it, in 12 days or something, or it's just absolutely, or 22 days, not 12 days, 22 days. So it's going to be a really hectic part of the season now as we gear up to the next international break, which is in sometime in November. Boring, boring international. So let's talk about Arne Slot's press conference. Is it Vinny O'Connor or whoever from Sky or asked the first question, but it was like 5 questions he asked in one go, and Arne sort of like said, "Oh right, okay, didn't know really. Do I have to answer all of them, etc." But I do like him. He's a cool customer, is Arne Slot. Questions were asked about the players coming back. He mentioned Harvey Elliott, saying, look, it's just unfortunate. There were questions asked about him, about playing time of other players. Kelleher said he wants to be, number one, goalkeeper. And again, Arne batted that away superbly. He said, look, I'm glad he's saying that to me because that's what I want to hear from my players. And really, the journos couldn't come back on him, whether he'd go out on loan or anything. Would he stop him from going out on loan and things like that? But yeah, then he obviously, as I said, I've just touched on young Harvey getting his injury. But one of the good things about that was, look, we hope he gets back as soon as he can, but it gives an opportunity for another player. And I'll get onto that in a moment. I know exactly what he meant when he said that. He's really sort of like saying to the media, look, it's not the first starting 11 that I trust. He said, I trust the players who are not involved on match days, the players that are on the bench. He said, I trust them all, and they'll come in and do a job for us, which is really nice to hear, because the players are definitely on board, especially after the first 3 games, that we've taken maximum points, 3 clean sheets, and it's great to see. And I'm enjoying the football as well. I think it'll be the same team that started the last game. I think it's important that the midfield is gelling really well. Spoke about Gravenberg, said he's always been a midfielder, and so it's not a new position for him, but he's learning his game, and he's comfortable, and again he said he's took his opportunity. So obviously, saying that goes on the back of the Zubamendi deal that fell through, because he would have been playing that role, but I think we've got ourselves a brilliant number 6 now. I think he'll just get better and better. Apparently he had good games for the Dutch team, and that'll get his fitness levels up really high. So yeah, I'm really pleased. What Arne was saying about him. Macca's back. Apparently, he carried a knock into the international break, but he said he's fine. He's trained, and yeah. So the thing I was just alluding to before about Harvey Elliott's injury, Freddie or Federico Chiesa, can we call him Freddie? Just for on this channel here. So I think Freddie will come into the squad. He said he's had 3 or 4 training sessions. He trained midweek with the under-21s. I watched the video. He's different class. Yes, it was the under-21s, whatever, but his attitude was spot on. At the end, after the end of the training session, did a bit of shooting, but he came back to the lads that were he was training with, and he was giving them fist pumps, which is great to see, and to have a player of that quality training with you is good for the youngsters. And yeah, so I think he will be on the bench. As I said, the team's going to be the same. Lots of players have had lots of minutes at the international break, and again, Arne alluded to it that, look, that's not a bad thing, especially at this time of the season, because he said some players haven't had the minutes that they would probably have wanted, but they've gone away with the full support of him, and they've got those minutes under the belt. It's really important, really, at the beginning of the season to get minutes so you can get into a stride. It's important as a footballer, that when you're called upon, you are ready and willing, and not to be playing catch up, because there's nothing worse. If you're training is brilliant. You can do things in training, but you need to be playing. You need to be having minutes in your legs. You need to be getting into some kind of a rhythm when you are playing as well. So yeah, I think it's going to be the same. Freddie's going to be on the bench. Great acquisition to come off the bench. Cody, he's had a good international break as well. Strong bench. Nunes, our bench is really strong, and it bodes well, really. We need every single squad player in the next 22 days. I mean, 7 games. That is going to take a lot out of some legs, but others it'll just be natural. They'll get into a rhythm. He mentioned about him having a set of players playing every game for him at his previous club, but he did also mention that the Premier League is a different beast to the league where he's come from, which is really good, because he's still learning, and yeah, he's had a good start, and we've had a good start, which is good, but he's not daft. He does his homework. The players look fit, they look sharp, and that just bodes well for us in the next month or so. So, as I say, it's going to be the same team for me that started. I'll be very surprised unless there's been an injury or somebody's received a knock this in the afternoon session, but if not, that'll be me. I have got a ticket. I'm going to the game, which I'm really looking forward to, because that'll be my first league game. And just to let you know, I'm in the King Kenny Lower tomorrow. So the last 2 times I've been in that last season was against Bournemouth, the 9-0, and the 4-1 Newcastle game, which was a Wednesday night, I think. So I enjoyed both games. So I've gone for a 4-0 tomorrow. I just think that the lads are getting into a rhythm. I don't think Forest are going to cause us any problems. They'll probably be looking to counter-attack us, but we keep the ball really well now. We look after the ball. Last season, we weren't doing that. No detriment to what Jurgen and Pep were doing. It was just the style of football that we played, but we do look after the ball a lot better this season, and we take our chances when we get them as well, or we create a lot more chances, and we've been a bit more clinical. So I've gone for a 4-0 for us, another clean sheet. Ali looks on top form, and Trent obviously right back, Ibu and Verge, Robbo left back, and obviously the midfield of Slobosly, who Arne quite likes as well. Our midfielders are quite tall, big and strong, which is really good. And then up front, obviously Mo on the right, Diogo Jota down the centre, and Luis Diaz on the left hand side. Now he's been in great form for us, hasn't he, Luis Diaz? So and obviously we've got a really good strong bench. So there's nothing really else for me to report about the game tomorrow. I'm going to do my post match after, probably do it for Sunday. Okay, they'll be out on Sunday. I'm going to have a few bevies before the game. I'm going to have a few bevies after the game as well. So meet up with some fellow Reds, which will be really nice. So and I'll have a boss day in Liverpool. Anyway, that's enough from me. If you like this channel, please subscribe. Please follow the other videos that I've done on here. Okay, they're all on here. And please smash us a like. Send me a comment if you want. If you want to talk about anything about Liverpool, this is the place to do it. You'll find no ads on here. I'm not here to make money. This is just me having a bit of fun about the first team at Liverpool and the games that we play home and away, and that's every game as well, by the way. Okay, enough from me. I'm going to have a few more before I get my head down and catch the train into Liverpool tomorrow. Look after yourselves. Up the Reds.